Hello, everyone. Welcome to anything in because I hated the fountain so much that I put the detergent in. Not true. I did not do that. I did not do that. And uh, but they finally, I think they've wised up and they don't have things like that inside malls just to create chaos and noise.
Yeah, yeah, it was a pretty wise decision. I know some people are probably a little nostalgic, but it was probably a good idea to take that out.
Yes, yes, I think so. I remember too when we moved to one store when we moved over to Harvard. There was an employee who worked at the farm and she went off to school and she came back and it was summer and so she said she would go ahead and she asked if we needed any help at the Harvard store during the holidays and I said yes, and so her name was Jessica, and so we had Jessica come over and she did some things that was very good, but and we trained her there, but we thought, well, we don't need a lot of training because she worked there the year before. However, like day 3 or 4 when she was working, she came to me and she said, Jeff, do you have a restroom here? So I said, well, yes, we do. So since then, we've included that in the training to make sure that everyone knows where the restroom is. And Jessica, by the way, was substituted sometimes as Muffy Van Der Berry that we had. And our other person who was the Muffy Van Der Berry is Sabrina Darby.
Yes, yeah, Muffy Van Der Berry was a line of essentially collectible stuffed bears and there was a rabbit too, or a bunny.
There was a rabbit, yeah.
And
Poppy or something.
yes, and various family members of Muffy, and they would be dressed in different themed outfits. So, obviously all the holidays, and then there'd be like Muffy goes to the beach or Muffy goes to the opera or whatever. There was all kinds of things. And the company had a Muffy Van Der Berry outfit complete with head and whatever the outfit was that they were promoting at that time. And they would send it to stores so you could have an event where people could come and meet Muffy Van Der Berry and get your picture taken and all that stuff. And we did a couple of those at the store. And yes, I had to do, I think at least one, if not two of the events. Because again, inside knowledge, for anyone who doesn't know, mascot outfits like that are based on your height. So the only certain people could wear the costume because otherwise you wouldn't really fit in it. So I drew the short straw, I think, and ended up being Muffy for a few times. It was fun. It was nice. Kids would get excited like they do, anytime that they're meeting a fictional character, sort of like being in a theme park, and meeting your favorite superhero, except it's a bear dressed in a pink dress. So a little bit different, but I also, inside tip, those things get really hot, even if you are indoors with air conditioning, of which our store, most people will tell you, is usually quite chilly because of the candy. And boy, howdy, was that outfit real hot. So Muffy took several breaks during events and would go into the back room and remove her head and turn on a fan and just sit in front of a fan and try not to overheat and stay hydrated. So
Yes, that was well. First thing, I'm surprised to hear that wasn't really the Muffy Van Der Berry. There was actually you inside there. But number two is that the way that the outfit went is that they had a full bear outfit and then added, which didn't help in the heat and everything, added an entire whatever it was nurse or whatever the whole thing was on top of that. So yeah, I was just glad I was over the height limit on that one.
Although I'm pretty sure that one of the outfits, you wore a tuxedo as like Muffy's assistant or escort, whatever date. And I'm pretty sure that there is a picture floating around somewhere. I don't know where it is, of a man in a tuxedo wearing the Muffy head. So it was like Muffy wearing a tuxedo, but taller and less furry.
Yes.
So
We do need to look that up. I mean, to prove that, but yes, I do recall something, something like that. I wanted to go over one other person that, there was I was thinking about today when we worked at the store, was there was a person at our second store, Shelly was her name. Shelly was a single mom. Shelly was really, really handy in building, and I don't know if you remember Shelly or not, but building things. And her specialty was actually putting toys together on Christmas Eve, and she's, again, a customer still. And so whenever we got any kind of store fixtures or anything like that, I would say, "Here, Shelly, take it away." And boy, she just crank it out, But that's one of those things that it takes all kinds of people to keep this, this thing going.
For sure. And I would say, and I'm sure in the remaining videos of this series, we'll have more stories about the employees that have worked for us. I mean, we've had a lot, obviously, over 20 bajillion years that we've been doing this. And they've all been such great people. And, they're essentially part of the Sweet Tooth family. And so many of them are, if they're still living here in Tulsa, they're still customers. They still come in, they've had babies and kids and gotten married and, all of those things. And they come in and they update us on, what they've been doing over the past few years. And they always have such positive things to say about their time at Sweet Tooth. And it's really kind of nice to know that we had that Happy Place campaign several years ago, which Sweet Tooth is still a happy place. But it's nice to know that it's not just a happy place for our customers, which is obviously really great, but it's also a happy place for our staff. And that's always nice to hear, of course.
Yeah, it is. That's a good note to close on. Well, Sabrina, thank you so much for spending your time with us again. And this is episode 2. Episode 3 will be coming up, and episode 3 will be our first Harvard location. So that'll be, I'm sure, fun for a lot of us.
Yeah,
so a lot of different things going on there.
The big move.
Yeah.
And that was quite an ordeal. And that's the location that we were in the longest, correct?
Yes.
Lots of stories.
And we have some others we'll do, because Sabrina did our voiceovers for the commercials and things, and we'll have some things on that also coming up. We'll do a little movie night or something with all those. I think that'll be exciting. Okay, well, Sabrina, thank you very much. And I'll be looking forward to episode 3, the first Harvard location. And I think it'll be fun. And I've gotten some feedback from people. They really enjoy these. So I think that's a good thing, to bring a little joy to people at a time like we have right now.
For sure, definitely.
All right. Well, thank you, and we'll be talking to you soon.
Bye.
See ya.